Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sean Howard channel. I'm Ron Swanson. We're going to be jumping in to this rather shocking story coming out of France from their music festival, their annual music festival. And this seems to be what is a pre-organized, targeted attack upon female festival goers. It's a bit wild. Hope everyone's doing well today. Got Royal Mess coming up at 7, and I do believe Sean is live with Epstein's niece. I do believe that is what is happening. And you should be shunted over to that show at the end of this show, so do not panic. Do not worry. Please like, please share, please help me spread word of stream. Very nice. Okay, so what is going on? Arrests in France after, in fact, actually, let's go with the first one, this one. Let's have a little listen, see what's going on.
Fear they've been stuck by needles in drugging attempts. Haley Ott has more from Nottingham, England.
19-year-old Sarah Buckle was clubbing with her friends when something went terribly wrong.
I started screaming and then throwing up and going unconscious and coming back round, and it was just this horrible cycle.
Her friends brought her to the hospital. When she woke up the next morning, she noticed a strange bruise on her hand.
The bruise got bigger and it got darker. A scientist who works with the police had a look and said, well, that definitely looks like a needle prick, if that makes sense.
Police forces across the country say they've received at least 56 reports of spiking involving needles in the last 2 months, and nearly 200 reports of drink spiking. Women being slipped something to drug them or incapacitate them when they're on a night out, unfortunately, isn't unheard of, especially at the start of a school year. But reports of spiking with needles are something new. Adding to the concern is the fact that not much is known about the scale of the problem.
We have no good data on just how common this is. But what we do know is that most women who are taken advantage of while in...
Very unsettling how long this guy has his eyes closed for. Okay, it means nothing, but I had to say it.
Intoxicated with drugs and alcohol, do not report it to the police.
Boycotts of clubs and bars have taken place across the country as women here, like Sarah, demand change from club owners and police.
There is so much which they must be doing. They must provide a medic on site. They can't have any CCTV blind spots.
You feel unsafe?
I feel really unsafe. I think everyone feels really unsafe. Everybody knows it's an issue, and I think we've just had enough.
Enough of going out at night and being left in the dark. Haley Ott, CBS News, Nottingham.
Sean Diddy Combs will remain in jail until his sentencing.
Right. So, bit of information there coming out of Nottingham, all right? Paris, French police have detained 12 suspects after 145 people reported being pricked with syringes during the country's annual street festival, officials say on Sunday. Millions of people took to the streets across France on Saturday evening for the Fête de la Musique, with what it's called, with the authorities reporting unprecedented crowds in Paris. Before the party, posts on social media across the country had reported being... Before the party, posts on social media had called for women to be targeted during the festivities. So who is making these posts? Who is making these declarations of targeting? Is there a demographic at play here? Is there any extremism at play here? Because I'll be honest with you, if you're one of these creepy spikers, right, and that's your thing, I just can't see why you would go from popping something in a drink to stabbing someone with a needle. They seem like two completely separate types of crime, right? Does that make sense? Both of them are bad, by the way. I'm not defending anything. I'm just saying it seems like an odd career path. It does. And that's not me saying this didn't happen. This is me in a darker spin on what they think is going on here. Yeah, right. It's weird, Uber. So I feel like them saying this is them trying to spike people is downplaying this majorly. Also, as well, of course, we have the old urban myths. Remember back in the day, people would go with 100%. I don't think that ever happened to anyone. Luckily, Gates open mind, but it's kind of like the deep fried mouse chicken wing story. You know what I mean? So anyway, the Interior Ministry said 145 victims across the country had reported being stabbed with needles. Paris police reported 13 cases in the capital. Right, wait. Okay. Officials did not say if the cases were of so-called needle spiking with the horrible substance for doing the R word, such as Rohypnol, GHB, used by attackers to render victims confused, unconscious, and vulnerable to SA. Now, if we just go back to this young lady's story. I don't want, listen, I'm stealing it. Oh my God, there's no ad blockers on here. Oh, do you know what we'll do? We'll play them at their own game. We'll meta the crap out of this. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to my live stream and just watch the beginning of it. You want to try and keep me from the story, eh? I try to do that, eh?
Fear they've been stuck by needles in drugging attempts. Haley Ott has more from Nottingham, England.
19-year-old Sarah Buckle was clubbing with her friends when something went terribly wrong.
Yeah, I started screaming and then throwing up and going unconscious and coming back round, and it was just this horrible sight.
That does not sound like Rohypnol or GHB to me. Like, I don't know what it is, right? But it just seems odd.
Her friends brought her to the hospital. When she woke up the next morning, she noticed a strange bruise on her hand.
The bruise got bigger and it got darker.
Okay, so my point there was, when we talk about those types of substances who are going to, toxology would have helped, right, Stephen? Right? Most likely Fent. See, I think we would have seen a lot more people unalived. And the reason I say that, Islet Y, is when you look at what lethal doses are, okay? This is where things get a little crazy. Now, I cannot show you anything with words on it, okay? Because of YouTube. But here's enough Fent in a jar to kill you. Right? So arguably, that would probably be it. Yeah, it's popping up everywhere, Islet. And you know what? That's not even the scary one, bro. There's another one which has the same ending, the TANYL. And I do believe it's called Carfen, and then the last part. It's beyond a terrifying substance when it comes to accidentally unaliving yourself, other people. And here's the crazy thing, right? There was someone on YouTube talking about how they've known the local CRACK head for 30 years, right? 30 years managing a habit, not exactly the most upstanding citizens in the world, sure, right? But alive, right? Alive and managing their habit. And then they have that stuff once and they're done. Scary. And yeah, they do love to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. As a medicine for the medical world, freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get yourself a compound fracture of the shin and you're getting taken into hospital and they slap a fanny patch on you. You're not going to be caring about that open fracture. They ain't going to be caring about that open fracture so much. So that's the sort of levels of pain relief we need when you have a bone sticking through your leg. Now, that means we can't go back to that news thing, so we need to find a different one. Here we go. Okay, the feminist influencer Abrogé Soir warned people before the festival that calls had been made in social media for women to be targeted with syringes. It was not certain where such posts would have been made from or by whom. So how does that make sense? You would know exactly what's been said because you're looking at the post, and you'll know who has posted it because of the name above it. It might not be a real name. But what am I reading here? The Interior Minister said 145 victims across the country had reported being stabbed with needles during an outdoor festival music events across the country. Paris police reported 13 cases in the capital. Officials did not say if these cases were of the so-called needle spiking with the nasty substances used by attackers to render victims confused or unconscious and vulnerable to SA assaults. Some victims were taken to hospital for toxology tests. Okay, where are you, Stephen? Here we go, big boy. In Paris, investigators were opened up after 3 people, including a 15-year-old girl and an 18-year-old male, reported being stabbed in separate incidents across Paris. Prosecutors said all 3 reported feeling unwell. And I tell you what, unwell's a big difference between what we heard from that girl too. Well, Clarissa, let me cook. Clarissa, let me cook. All right. Across France, 12 suspects have been arrested, and the Interior Ministry said among them were 4 people in the southwestern city of Angoulême suspected of having targeted about 50 victims, police source said. 2 men were also arrested in the center of the northeastern city of Metz in the suspicion of syringe attacks. The regional public broadcaster France 3 reported that 1 man had been caught with a syringe and a woman who complained of being stabbed with one. One had been stabbed with one had recognized the other. Let's read that again. The regional public broadcaster France 3 reported that 1 man had been caught with a syringe and a woman who complained of being stabbed with one had recognized the other. Wow. All right. The local prosecutor's office in Metz said the alleged victims were believed to be under 18, and one of the alleged suspects, a man aged 20, was previously known to police for violence. What does that mean? What does that mean? Why is that relevant? Why? You can be an incredibly violent person and not go about stabbing people with syringes. Excuse me. Oh. The local public radio station, France, reported that several young women had complained of being stabbed with syringes in the Evreux and the Rhine in Normandy. 1 woman was taken to hospital with pains in her left arm where she believed the needle had been stuck into her. Yeah, I mean, it's not fun. In the western city of Tours, 13 women complained to fire services on duty at the music event that someone had been pricked them with a syringe. The renewed fears of syringe attacks came as Paris prepares for the summer music festival season, and there's a wave of reports in 2022 about alleged syringe attacks against women and men in clubs, bars, music events, and even theaters. The government had put out the message at the time for people going out to be vigilant, advising them they should immediately go to the police and also have toxology tests if they thought they had been drugged with a syringe prick. Some complaints were made by women during the 2022 festival, okay? And over the course of the year, several hundred complaints were made in cities, including and that one, Grenoble. What are these words? What is that? Nantes, Grenoble, and Toulouse. A big shout out to France, by the way. I'm doing my best here. Okay, it's the enunciation. Okay, baguette, you know, le patisserie, le W, le chien. France reported in 2022 police memo stating that syringe marks were generally on the arms, buttocks, and back without victims seeing the alleged attacker. That makes sense. Okay? Think about it. You are in the mindset of a syringe attacker. Okay? I think coming forward for like a that ain't going to be the one. Buttock. Slap it in the buttock, right? More than 370 people were detained during this weekend's nationwide music festival on various charges, including nearly 90 people in Paris. Irrelevant. 14 people in the festivities were seriously injured, including a 17-year-old hospitalized after being found sitting on the street with stab wounds. And yeah, I mean, listen, I imagine wasn't from a syringe, okay? 13 members of law enforcement were also injured. Okay, well, sounds like a pretty successful music festival if that was the amount of non-stabby, non-syringy issues that we had. All right. So, when Ron heard this, I instantly thought, back to pillaging and R-ing that took place across the world for centuries, right? And the reasons why people would pillage and R after they won a war or whatever. It's one of the main reasons why Italy has blonde-haired, blue-eyed people and dark-skinned, dark-haired, and dark-eyed people, okay? And I thought to myself, what if we're about to see a terror attack spread around the world where women are targeted with non-recoverable STDs? Why my brain thinks like this, I don't know. First of all, okay, why would you think that? I don't know. But when I heard France, I know that France is one of the first countries to really go from a Christian nation to the majority of their population, which is no longer Christian. And I thought to myself, for argument's sake, if we're in a cultural war, religious war that we don't really know that we're part of, what better way to dampen the next generation than to target young women at the cusp of their life and make it impossible for those women to have normality? Because walking around and stabbing people for no reason doesn't make any sense. That is a TikTok trend. Once we get to that, right, surely TikTok will be taken down. Was this a test run? Because I'll be honest with you, if this was a terror attack, that was a terrible result. 145. Terrible result, man. Terrible result. Like, terrible. So if there's 13 people, let's say on average they all went out and done 12 people. What is the point in it? What is the point? Tell you who routinely does really stupid crap to their own people? Governments. Okay? If you were part of certain, marathon races in America during the 60s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, you got sprayed with some stuff, bro. You got sprayed with some stuff. So what are we seeing here? It ain't the date RRs. It surely isn't, because I'm telling you now, at what point do you hear the story from the date RR where he goes into a nightclub and spikes 12 drinks just hoping one of them will kick in? I'm pretty sure it's a very much a target acquired scenario, right? Target acquired, right? Maybe they're trying to get them addicted to substances. There's easier ways of getting people. What substance? For a start. And also, Tabitha, I'm not criticizing you or saying you're wrong. It was a very, very good. There's no such thing as a silly comment in my side chat. Okay. Well, there is. There's a lot of them. But so I don't think like 145 new addicts. Great. For who? The local seller? Nah, see, if it was Fen, I think they would have all probably died. You got to understand, like, these people aren't that smart. You know, there's professional junkies that can't get the dose right of that stuff and end up themselves. So I don't know about Fent. I really, really don't know about Fent. Because again, if we're talking about the grand scheme of evil here, 145 new addicts is nothing. That's maybe like two local suppliers on street level getting rid of more 20 bags. There you go as well, Simon. You need a vein. Oh, it's so bad that Simon is from Scotland. He knows about. Listen, Scotland's a wonderful place. Okay, we might only be good at sports you can play in a pub. All right, and we might have a bit of a problem with some substances, but generally nice people. Okay, generally nice people. But that's a good point as well. When it comes to substances, you know, we've all heard the stories of people who are career addicts having collapsed veins, all of this kind of stuff. It's only in the movies, by the way. Also, can I just stick an EpiPen? Because if I believe the movies, if you're having an anaphylactic shock and you've got an EpiPen, I can stab you anywhere with that and you'll be fine. In fact, if you believe the movies, as soon as I stab you with that, you're going to sit up and go, okay? Is that the case? Or is it more complicated? I don't know. I'm sure it says on the EpiPen. But I don't get what's going on here. Is it infected blood they are injecting into victims? That's what we were asking. That's what we're coming on to now, James, right? Because it doesn't seem like a let's get them hooked on substances. Do you know if you wanted to get them hooked on substances, a crazier idea would have been man with a big fan standing next to the crowd, just tipping substances into the fan and blowing it everywhere. That's just as good an idea as let's send people out there and stick people with needles and all of that. It's not a terrible suggestion. It's just kind of not how substances work. HIV does not cause. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure it used to. I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure they've got a cap on it now, right? So that HIV won't progress into full-blown AIDS now. I don't know. I can't remember. Carrie, come on. Okay, we will. All right, mate. Carrie Mullis. Carrie Mullis is American biochemist in recognition of his role in invention of the polymerase chain reaction technique. He shared the 1993 Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Michael Smith and was awarded a Okay, so basically this guy knows what he's talking about. Okay, so what is he... What? Listen. Add it. Okay. Okay, let me pull you up what I'm seeing here, dude, so I'm on the right thing. So the hypothesis is one hell of a mistake, wrote Mary Koulis in 1996. Diagnosis scientists claimed that HIV causes AIDS. This is okay. Unpredictable and unethical. Okay, well, I'm definitely a victim of that propaganda, Boris. 100% a victim of that propaganda. 100%. Like I grew up in the 80s. Do you remember the AIDS adverts in the 80s? Jesus Christ. It's like up there with that scene from Neverending Story when Atreyu gets sucked in by the quicksand. I don't need to see that as a 9-year-old. Okay? Like also, whilst we're on the subject of 80s adverts, put a 1 in the side chat. if you were put off using a frisbee as a child, because apparently every child in Britain who has a frisbee is playing beside those electrical pylons. For a start, never seen one of those electrical things in my life. Why are there so many kids with frisbees around them? Right? Second of all, railways. Okay? I was terrified of railway. I mean, the adverts worked. I mean, I kept my ass off the railway tracks, didn't go near a frisbee. Okay? Didn't go near a frisbee. Boris, you can do, mate. Maybe not so much for this live, but it is interesting the things that you're sending over, mate. I appreciate it. To get, yeah, 100%. Oh, okay. Thank you. You're answering my question there. Steroids, etc., can be injected intramuscular to get the effects of substances. You need a vein. Thank you very much, Simon. Beautifully put together comment. I appreciate that. I tell you what, Friday night during my Friendly Fire show, we will do a UK top 5 best terrifying adverts from the 80s, because man, they worked, bro. Snowflakes nowadays, man, if a kid was to see that, they would need thousands of pounds worth of therapy. Thousands of pounds. Like, they showed the kids getting fried, they showed the kids getting battered by the trains. Don't get me wrong, it was clearly the same pair of trousers and jumper the actor was wearing, shoved with like dining tablecloths. Like, it wasn't high-end special effects. But I'm 8 years old. This is your... They should have got the guys in the guys in America, right, who were doing the "This Is Your Brain" adverts. They should have called up the people who were doing the frisbee adverts. They would have put together. There would be no substance abuse problem in America if they'd hired the right people. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's get back to the point of this. So let's have a little look at history now. Okay, a little bit of history. You know what I'm saying? Syringe attacks. Actually, we don't ask Google this anymore because Google's a pain in the arse. Where is ChatGPT? ChatGPT. I had a conversation with Chat. You ever tried to have a conversation with ChatGPT? Like, actually treat it like a person, and I actually, men, we're going to have a chat here, right? I had a proper mental health moment a couple of weeks ago, and it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I started talking to ChatGPT about my problems. And I did that for about an hour and a half, okay? Because my brain's doing the exact same thing as it would be doing talking to an online member of NHS staff or a mental health counselor or a friend on Discord, right? Next time, any of you guys feel a bit low but don't know how to communicate or talk to people, give ChatGPT a try. It sounds mad. Okay? But just try it, okay? Okay, Yin Yang's like, all right, mate, sound. All I'm saying, okay, is your brain doesn't know if you're typing on Discord or typing to a real person. It's just reading the responses. And I will tell you this right now, I was in a well of a better state after this conversation than I was before. So guys who are out, ladies too, if you find it hard to talk, give ChatGPT a try. Tell it all of your secrets. Give it your PIN number, your address, everything is fine. I have recruited them, my AI overlords. Please keep me as a pet when it comes to the revolution. Right. Okay. Give me a list of syringe attacks. Syringe attacks throughout history reported over the last 20 years and any links to terrorism. Okay, because this feels to me like what a test run would feel like. Like, it really has this. I don't know if it's the technique or the substance or what. If we find out that they've sent out 12 people with syringes, right, and one of them has the bioagent in it. Okay, just the one of them, just one. What would they be testing for? Why would this be a test? It doesn't even make any sense what I'm saying. Is this just a bunch of idiots online? Like, is this just nonsense? Is this just shenanigans that has ended up being 145 people stabbed? Is this like the Let's Storm Area 51 trend? The Borg. What do you think? Syringe attacks. Incidents where individuals were attacked or threatened with syringes have occurred in various contexts over the last 20 years. Most are associated with the criminal extortion, robbery, intimidation, or social panic, rather than organized terrorism. Interesting. However, I'll give you a chronological overview of notable incidents and any relevant connections to terrorism that were known. Thank you so much, AI. I'm not being funny. None of you would have typed that out that well. None of you. Humans. Yeah, humans. Okay, 2000 to 2009. Needle mugging epidemic in major Western cities. Context, primarily in the UK, Australia, and Australia. Well, Australia is not a Western city. I don't know. It's not even a city, mate. Okay. UK and Australia. Attackers threatened the victim with syringes allegedly filled with HIV-infected blood. Robbery, extortion. That's kind of the one that we all kind of heard of, right? We all have heard this one. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's like when the Russians injected them two men and made what? It's like when the Russians injected them two men and the daughter. Oh, and the daughter. Okay. My brain has read that every single time, Marie, as when they injected those two Russian men and they had a daughter. And I'm like, why have I not heard about this? Like, for a start, where is this injection now? Honestly, could you imagine, right? If just for 1 year, the winds changed on Earth, and for one single year, men had to give birth. Record-breaking year for no children being born. No chance. No chance. No chance. No chance, mate. No chance. No chance. And I tell you something else. Ladies. You know for a fact, if we all started our periods next month, we are calling in sick every month. The world is going to end every month for us. Okay? It would be millennia before all men got together and went, shall we just put up with this and power through? No. Do you know how many years you have to be oppressed, okay, and considered second class for the mindset of, oh, we'll just power through, to just be the norm? Nah, mate, nah. If we were the ones giving birth, I am telling you now, contraception would be on point. Okay, there'd be none of this 99% crap. It would be 100%. 100%. I'm just saying, man. For a start, where's it coming out of? If it's coming out like a kidney stone, we are dying out that year. Okay, dying out. Anyway, okay. In the 2000s, let me just go back to serious talking now. In the 2000s, South Africa, a number of cases where carjackers used syringes to threaten drive. I'll be honest with you, there is something a little bit more ominous about a syringe. Do you know what I mean? Like, also, why is the first thing that I think of, where has that been? But that wouldn't be my first thought if it was a big pointy blade. It's odd that. That's odd that. Okay. Ming China. Also, right, I don't know what the word Ming means in Mandarin or whatever, but there's Ming, it was possibly the emperor dude or whatever, right? But there's a Chinese restaurant in Edinburgh called the Ming Palace. Like, The in Scotland, Mingen or Mingen or you are Mingen. It's not a positive thing. It's not a good thing. The Ming Palace. Okay, during 2009 2010, thousands in Kunming reported being attacked or threatened with syringes in public places. Huge public fear, schools closed, mass panic. Officials claimed authorities and some attacks were real and others were rumor-driven hysteria. Chinese authorities blamed separatist elements, suggesting it was connected to. That is, do you know, that's like when you're halfway through reading some Norse story, and then they start talking about a bush or a tree or like a fucking stick from somewhere, and it's like, who has made that word up? A U, a Y, and a G at the start of a word, Is that right, Is it? English, we done away with this madness. Done away with that. Okay, we just done away with that. We were like, no. no. We need to dial that back. So I'm going to just go with groups. But this was disputed by independent observers. Credibility of terrorism, like, unclear. 2030, UK, several needle spiking threats against shop owners, sometimes framed as hate crimes. Okay. So just good old-fashioned racism. Listen, if somebody's going to be doing something naughty, you can guarantee eventually someone's going to make it about race. Sporadic syringe robberies globally. There isn't really. In 2002, the UK Parliament concerned about needle terror. Is that right, Is that 2002, Is that what we were worried about? Let's have a Google. 2002 UK pandemic. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure our asses were just getting out of lockdown then, right? Okay, I'm going to see if I can get any more updates on this Paris attack, because no, it doesn't seem to be anything else updating us. Like ages ago was this last update. So I imagine if there had been anything in the toxicology report that was super newsworthy, we would have heard about it, right? What the frick? Now you're telling me, what is that word? Come on, wrong. Oh. I think it's massive news. They are a genocide group. It doesn't matter if they're it doesn't matter how nasty they are. If I can't pronounce their name, do you know what I'm saying? Like what three? I don't even know what noise those three letters would make put together. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm a dumbass. Okay. This is not a cultural thing. This is an intelligence thing. All right. So where do you think we're at? Okay, we've got this attack that's happened. There's been no major sort of report or anyone coming back talking about substances or anything like that. Uyghur. Thank you, Gore T. Rogers. Thank you. Uyghur. Is that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Gory. What are you trying to get me to say here? What are you trying to get me to say here? Oh, you're okay. It is pronounced that. Okay. Nice one. It's pronounced weird. How do you all know this? Oh, I'm a dumbass. Okay. I apologize, everybody. I apologize. Apparently, you're all smart. I'm a dumbass. Nobody was trying to make me phonetically say a racist term. It turns out that is how it is pronounced. Uyghur. How though? Like, let me just go back to this. So that must be what those three letters are. Is the we, right? I can't find the post now. Never mind. Yeah, come and join the Discord. Why not? Okay. Okay, Uber, you're on your own with that one. All right, so let me just bring us back to. Oh no, it's this button here. Here. So I don't know how to explain this. It doesn't make any sense from I sell substances point of view. Doesn't make any sense from that. I think that weavers are abused in China. What's a weaver? Like someone who weaves stuff. And I'm not trying to be offensive. Just to be clear. I don't know what that is. If you want to feel stupid, take a Steeples quiz. I freaking love Matthew. We are a very odd little pair of friends. I need to message him, actually. I've not spoken to him this week. It's a type of Muslim in China. Okay. Chinese Muslims. Okay. Steeples is a legend. An absolute legend. As long as you get him interviewed before like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. After that, guy's a spicy meatball. In fact, if you're watching this on my channel, can we get some Sleepy Steeples in the side chat? Sleepy Steeples in the side chat, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate it. Outer Mongolia. Yeah. What is going on? I feel like Yin Yang is on like the most Frasier level of intelligence comedy right now. Like I can't decide. It's a spicy meatball. All right. So where are you all landed on this? Because an organized attack online to target women, but we don't know who said it, right? We don't know who said it, and we don't know what their intentions were, but it was all over social media. What? Like what? And then we have an interview from a lady who was in the UK, a separate incident, who believes that she was injected with a substance. Rawpath posted to his channel the email he sent Sean to get you all to not listen to me. Who the frick is that? Oh, it's a cult examiner. Why? What are you talking about? Rawpath posted to his channel the email he sent Sean to get you all not to. I have no idea what you're talking about, my G. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. So you need to enlighten me. If he sent an email. Yeah, if he sent an email, it certainly hasn't left the Sean Atwood inbox. And there has been nothing forwarded to me about that whatsoever. It's in your DM, Ron. Okay. In my DM. From who? From which DM? Which DM, Mac? In your DM. It's like I'm behind the tree. Mac. Yeah, man. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry. Oh, WhatsApp. All right, nice one, Drew. Nice one. Let's have a look, sure. Mackenstein. Where is Mackenstein? Jesus, Mac. There's nothing in my DMs, bro. Well, there's nothing. Like, what are you talking about? The last, not from you. What are you talking about, bro? So who's it in my DMs from? Oh, from a cult, probably. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, yeah. Okay. What the frick is this? Ron, here's more content made of expense and slander of my name. Let's have a little look-see here. Oh, yes. Time to get back on this. Right, sweet. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm honestly, this man has proved himself to be the little cretinous skid mark that I assumed that he was. And yeah, we can jump back up on this. Ron's bored, so I don't have. Oh, is this it here? Is this the email? Is this what it is here? I don't think that's an email. No, that's not an email. Nah, sorry guys, I cannot find any email. Oh, the video of the email. Thanking you. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Right, there's our wee buddy. What's she up to? Why is that the Big Lebowski? What's going on here? I'm just sort of panning through this. This is like a fever dream of, oh, here we go. Oh, listen, Raw Path. I don't know who you are, but Ron refuses the right for any derogatory statements to be made when using his content. So if there is any slander or anything like that involved in this video, I will take your channel down. Just so you know, I'll take the whole thing down. There's a couple of people that are on their last week of professional courtesy. So they go into that, and I imagine they've actually probably done. They haven't really used that very much of it, so I imagine that it's probably going to be okay for them. Is that Sammy the Bull? What is happening? Oh, the AI version of me they've made is sick. Yes. I'm down for the Disney AI Ron. Sean fired Ron. No. Okay, here we go. Message to Raw Path. Who's this Raw Path? 169 subscribers. And you think I got fired for a channel with 169 subscribers? Come on. Yeah. This is the Gomer that freaking messaged me as well. Honestly, just get a grip, man. 169 subscribers and your 238 views. Get off of the bottom of my shoe. Okay? Jesus Christ. Wake me up when there's 250,000 views on something criticizing me. Anyway, where are we at with this? Because 145 victims, the lack of toxicology hysteria. I would imagine that if this had been any form of substance, there would have been massive amounts of hysteria around it because, you know, that is quite a scary concept. But what is this? It feels like a dry run. It feels like a testing public reaction. But then you usually have organizations who claim responsibility for these things. There's organizations that claim responsibility for literally blowing up schools. All right. GC, what's happening? There was a doctor who used to inject himself on TV with HIV. Okay. I wouldn't recommend it. You know? Oh, no. You don't have to say bye, Native American. You can just say goodbye forever. Goodbye forever, buddy. To the shadow realm you go. Yeah. Also, your Maza Dauber. Yeah. Your uncle's also your dad. How about that one, eh? I like that one, eh? Stick that one in your back burner. We'll circle back to the headlines. So what we're talking about is we're trying to collectively come up with a reason for this to have happened. 145 people, all of them women, and the reports from, and I'm quoting this, okay, so I'm not just throwing that in there. Feminist influencer Abergé Soare warned online before the festival that calls had been made on social media. Calls had been made on social media for women to be targeted with syringes, but it's not certain where or which posts were made or by whom. Really? Lies. I'm going to say this to you now, Abergé Soare. Lies. Absolute feminist propaganda nonsense. Okay? Stick that up your backside. Honestly, if you're telling me that you're a feminist influencer, this is the one time that any woke genre of influencer has not screenshotted the living crap out of what they're talking about. Get the screenshots out. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Who are you? Okay. Let's have a look. 223K. All right. Okay. I mean, sure. I don't. This can't be. She can't be a feminist. Guarantee there's an OF attached to this. Don't know. Don't know about that one. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of her in her underpants. I don't know if that lines up with a feminist. I don't know where the feminist movement is at in 2025. Trump has drastically changed the laws in the US concerning women. Nah, definitely not. Definitely. In fact, I would go as far as to say is no one in the world at all is changing laws in the Western world to affect women unless it's positive. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, unless he's improved the situation for you, what laws have been changed to drastically change laws for women in the UK? I don't understand what you're saying. I don't get it. But I will say this, in 2025, if you don't have a security camera, a CCTV body cam on your person facing outwards from your chest and outwards from your back, are you really doing enough to protect yourself? Are you? I don't think so. In 2025, if you don't have personal CCTV, fine. Trump, did you go to jail if you have an emergency? Yes, Trump did. You go to jail if you have a what? All right, I take it all back. Trump, what a mother fudger. Trump, abortion law. Oh my God. Oh, what a bell end. Okay, I take it all back. Women are oppressed on a daily basis. Okay, men know nothing. Nothing. We know nothing. Okay, dumbass. Wow. I don't even know what this means. Let's have a look. Trump resigns guidance protecting women in need of emergency things. Okay, so what does that mean? The Trump administration on Tuesday rescinded Biden-era guidance clarifying that hospitals in states with abortion bans cannot turn away pregnant patients who are in midst of medical emergencies. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? A move that comes amid multiple red state court battles over guidance. The guidance. Do you know what? Listen, I'm not being funny. You guys still have to pay. You guys pay for your health care over there. Okay, until you get that sorted out, these are screwed. Okay, completely screwed. I can't even waste any time on it. I'm sorry. Like if America, right? You're still arguing over whether or not women have the right to decide. Okay. Then men should have the right to decide too, right? Because that's the way I feel. You should have the right as a man before that child is born to sign away every parental right, financial commitment, and contact with that child. Because that would be my version of not having the child, right? And if a woman can make a decision about her body, okay, that will financially affect the rest of my life, I should have the same out as you, ladies. Suck your mums. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Women should not be getting told what they can and can't do with their bodies. But when it comes to the eradication or removal of a potential child situation, men need to be put on the same path as women, man. Like, trust me, there is many terrible fathers out there that could sign away everything and leave you to be a successful single parent family. I'm just saying. As Jeremy Kyle says, put something on the end of it. I don't know what end of a woman I need to put it on, Ivy. What end of the woman do I put it on? That's the problem. Oh, wait, it's me that has to put it on, right? It's me. I've got to put it on. What, babe? Yeah, I didn't think you were going to be back as fast as you were. My plate sat here, right? And as soon as I heard the key hit the door, boys, put a 1 in the side chat. If your missus has been away and you've made a bit of a mess thinking you had enough time, and then you hear the key in the door and your arsehole goes, and you know she's going to come in and see it, and you know you're screwed. And that's what just happened there. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, just to be clear, women should be allowed to make choices about their bodies. But when it comes to children and a potential life, fathers who don't want to be fathers, and because you decided to lie about your contraception, okay, or don't put something on the end of it, or it fails, or whatever, there has to be the same clause for men. And my beautiful hair's here. My conditioner's not, though. Sadly. Sadly, the conditioner is not. But my awesome hair is still here and awesome. It's just very flat and not full of shine or body or anything today. But it's still here. I'll whip it out for the fans. Let's get it out. Anyway, how have we managed? Listen, first of all, Trump. No, let the ladies do what they need to do. 100%. Let's get women being in control of their own bodies before we worry about the father's right to abandon their child before it's born. Okay, all right. Okay. So, are you a metal bass guitarist? Oh man, I could play the tambourine. Yes, I'm still using Aussie, my G. The only thing, my guy. The only thing. In fact, I would say Australians probably make the best stuff in the world. Okay, this microphone weighs 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pounds. It's a solid piece of ceramic with a brass inlay, handmade in Australia. Thank you, Rode. Thank you. Also, shampoo, banging. Aussie shampoo, banging. Dry heat, they nailed that too. Okay. Also, why do all the koala bears have tuberculosis? Is it tuberculosis? No. It's an STD. Have they not all got what have they got? They've got something. Somebody find out what frickin' koala bears have, and we won't start questioning why they have that at all, Australia. Okay? Oh, I'm watching you, Australia. Okay, anyway, that's good. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you. Why? Why have they all got that, Australia? People get that, Ivy. People get that, Ivy. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, Ivy? Are we just all going to believe that the koalas just suddenly all got that themselves? Okay? Or was there just that one weirdo in Australia? Okay? And he was like, I tell you what, looks like a good time. See that thing with the massive claws? I'm just saying. Okay, all right. Okay. Listen, Ron's nonsense is so much more fun than the facts. Okay. So basically what you're saying is the sheep came over from the UK and they smashed the koalas and gave them chlamydia. Is that what you're saying? Okay. It's not what you're saying, I know. Okay. So I don't know what to there's a lot of weirdness going on in Australia. We don't ask too many questions. Okay, I've got a funny feeling it's a part of the history of Australia where there was no infrastructure. You were still all prisoners and you just thought you were all going to die out. So you just started banging everything. Banging everything, mate. Banging the kangaroos, banging the freaking koalas. I'll tell you what, though, the first British prisoner to come face to face with an Indigenous Australian person, can you imagine the levels of sophistication and survival between the two? You got all these whiteys running around on the coast, freaking out, right? Just wanting to be around a breeze, okay? And then over the horizon comes this like 5'1" little dude, right, with a little shirt on and his wee shorts and that, holding this stick, a weird flat stick, and all you hear is, and that stick just skims past your head, takes a whole kangaroo out of the game, takes them out. Yeah, man. There's a reason why all the white people just stayed at the edge. Okay, they stayed at the edge of the country. I'm like, we are not going in there. Okay, we are not going in there. I could tell the same comedy bit about Australia all day, like mental. Jellyfish and crocodiles. Do you know what they call the massive dinosaurs, Simon? Salties. Oh, Simon. I know you and your freaking wife and 4 kids are going down to the beach. Beware of the salties. Okay, mate, no problem. You know what a salty is, mate? It's a 16-foot dinosaur that's going to eat you and your family. Also, I think Sean's about to go live. But I just wanted to report on this today. Where is the BDSM headquarters of the world? What do you mean the headquarters? What does that look like? I need to Google that. What is that? Why is there a headquarters? Who voted on this? Oh my God. Oh, that's a whole other live stream. Okay. I can't even process the statement you just asked me, but the headquarters of that. I don't even know where to begin. How does the election system work there? I just don't know. Okay, so we're going to give it a few minutes and make sure Sean actually goes live. He may have messaged me and told. Hang on, is he going to have messaged me and told me that this isn't happening? Yeah, Ron, you do get sucked into strange topic. Yeah, it's part of my charm. I try and get the main topic out of the way first half hour, 40 minutes, because I know the last 20 minutes is just going to be me getting side railed by all of you guys. Because some of you are starting to wake up now. Okay, all of the 8 hours in the past America, you've all started to wake up now, and you're all like, let's see what's going on here with Ron Swanson on the Sean Atwood channel. Speaking of family, though, my family is over from America. They should be arriving today. My dad, my little brother, flipping sister-in-law. It's a whole smorgasbord. Yeah, we'll be live tonight for Royal Mess. Royal Mess at 7. Members Night is tomorrow night. Or whatever else is happening tomorrow night. I can't remember. Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I see you've played knifey, spoony before. Huh? Is this actually happening, Sean? Because it's not in the StreamYard. It's not in StreamYard, but it is on the production sheet. And it's in the back end of YouTube. Is he using a different? I don't know. We're just going to pretend like we know what's going on here. Oh God. Listen. Ron, you should go to Monkey Barrel open mic night. Listen. People keep telling me to do stand-up and try stand-up. And then I sit down and try and think of anything I've ever said that's funny, and my brain goes blank. Do you know what I'm saying? I could do comedy where I turn up with nothing, and then I just get fed topics from the crowd. I could do that. I could really do that. I really could. Or just rip the piss out of the people in the front row. Like, just ruin their days. I could do that too. Will help me get over the enchantment. Listen, there ain't nothing enchanting about the UK folk. Okay, the British Empire went a bit over the top. Okay, and then there's just generational DNA residual fear of the UK. Okay, a little bit. We owned most of the place. We owned all of it, and we were like, actually, let's give some of this back. All right. Let's steal all the stuff, then hand it back. Nailed it. Yeah, the British Empire was mental, mate. Mental. The only thing more mental than that is the Roman Empire, when the Romans basically got to Scotland and went, nah. We've just taken all of Europe, all of England, get to Scotland. Nah. Let's build a wall. Let's brick them in, because they took one look at us and we're like, nah. How's Big Homie? Big Homie is great. Big Homie should be coming to see me in a week or two, or I'm coming down to see him. How about you suck your mum, Angela? Coming into my side chat telling me what to do. I'm not your bairn, okay? I'm not your bairn. I'm not your husband. I'm not nothing, okay? You don't like how I play with my hair? Get the fuck out of here. Run it. In fact, you know, have some of that. Have some of this. No, but please stay and please like and share. So yeah, the Romans hated them. They did. You know, but we had the mindset of painting ourselves blue and then taking like some chickens that we'd roasted and then wrapping them up like babies, right? And if you've got a roast chicken from about 400 yards away and I'm naked and painted blue and I'm screaming to you, I'm about to eat my child, and I start eating that chicken, a lot of the Romans were like, oh no, they're blue and eating their kids. But the reason we were naked is we only had one set of clothes and we didn't want to get them dirty. And we painted each other blue because Scotland has a bit of a problem with the blues. And we were just hungry. It's just good to pack a lunch. You know what I'm saying? It's good to pack a lunch. But yeah, man, the Romans were just like, nah. This isn't going to happen. This isn't a live stream that's happening, is it? Is this? Am I being lampooned? The Picts. I guess you could call them Picts. Ta-ra! All have a great day. Marie, you have a great day. Peace out, my G. The Romans invented crackling. I feel like that is something to do with one of those big brass bulls. Is that a brass bull joke? But you know, there was a dude there was a guy, what is it? Silver turns you blue. Hang on. There was a dude. There he is. This guy. You want to talk about people turning blue? Oh, the Smurf. Look at this guy. Holy shizness. So, an American whose skin is purple and blue curl started taking... Paladin was a man who drank homemade colloidal silver for 20 years and turned blue. All right. I mean, what? It had to be an American. There's no way anyone else is doing this. Okay. This is what makes America great. Right here. Right here. This is what makes America great. All right. A man who figured out how to turn himself blue and just did it. Just did it. Mental. I'm surprised more people haven't done this. This seems to me like a really cost-effective way to just get a base coat of a tattoo done. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've all seen the blackout tattoos, blue out tattoos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's silver, man. It's silver that does this to you. Crazy. And he was just like a normal looking dude before all this. Like proper normal looking. Why does he look like a before and after shot of the Beast from X-Men? Why? Why? Like, I'm telling you now, you cannot tell me, right? You slap some fur on this boy, and that is who we are looking at right now. Yeah, you slap some fur on him. Bosh. Papa Smurf. How much did he drink? I don't know. I'm not going to give you instructions, mate. Okay? This isn't like a how to turn ourselves blue and then sue the Sean Atwood channel. That ain't what this is. Nappy, what is happening? So yeah, he drank it every day. Yeah. Right. Last chance, Sean. Where are you? This live stream isn't happening, is it? This live stream has been put off and put off and put off. It's not in my back end. And I don't think it's been started here. Is Shane watching? Shane, are you watching, mate? No, it's just me that's live. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe it'll start. How did this live get so well? This is normal. Okay. This is not a case of being wild. Okay. This is just the energy we've got to bring. We just got to bring this energy. It gets even crazier once we get up off our asses. All right. So the live is definitely working, yeah. No, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Not is this live working, is the live that's meant to start at 4 o'clock working. But if Sean is doing it, it's not in the back end here. I don't know what this means. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not Papa Smurf I feel bad for. It's Mrs. Smurf or Lady Smurf. Jesus Christ. All right. So I think I'm going to have to nip it in the bud here, guys. I imagine I would have been sent a message by someone, Shane or Sean. Oh, Sean is waiting for her. Thank you, KLG. Thank you. Put a message on the chat saying the lady will be here soon. Thank you. Then we shall wait. All right, other crap which we're going to talk about. Let's talk about some more nonsense. In fact, where is that? Oh man, I tell you what, I'm so glad that Sean's waiting because this has been rescheduled and Epstein's niece. Come on. Oh. I forgot I left out of the screen. So yeah, I'm just waiting on Sean. But where's Sean waiting though? Because there's not a live stream set up for this. Oh no, hang on. Is that it right there? Is it? That could be it right there. Ron's just tripping. Matthew Steeples, I'm live currently. Matthew, just to let you know, we're currently live. I would like to formally apologize for taking so damn long to message you back, sir. I've been moving to a second property and it's just been a bit hectic. Yeah, kind of. No.
I wondered if you were still alive.
Yeah, I want to formally apologize in front of this whole audience here. I have.
Oh, you're on your program. Oh dear.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Anyway, I mentioned it earlier. In fact, that in the last show, I need to get in touch with you.
To me and said that you mentioned me on your program.
That's exactly it.
So anyway, I'm saying hello to your audience.
Well, hello
audience.
Hello back to you. Well, listen, I will give you a call as soon as I'm done. I'm just waiting on Sean going live, and then I can end my live. So,
talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Much love, my G. Much love. What a legend. What a legend. Honestly, cannot wait to meet that man in person. It's going to be messy. Yeah, Epstein's niece is scheduled. It's Anya Wicks. And maybe it is on the dashboard and it's just got that stupid title with all the dashes. No, that's Nathan Reynolds. So where the frick is Sean? Where is Sean waiting? And again, who cares? No one needs to discuss this on a live. 150 women stabbed. That's us. Royal Mess, Coffee and Crime, 77 Beverly Roads, Friendly Fire, World War III, Snatch from Hell, Catholic Nun Survivor. That's, oh wait, there's load more. And then the only one I can't see is the one I'm looking for. What a moron. Honestly, that was the pinnacle of male stupidity right there. Ron, you actually left the house and went outside. Who told you that? Who told you that? I can neither confirm nor deny that at all. The silver man was blue. Your picture is violet. Connect the dots. No? What? What? No, that's me. That's not the man on the screen right now. Isn't the blue silver guy? That's just me. This is the blue silver guy, just in case we're confused. My computer is broken. What is going on? I got brainwashed against taking the pill by a homophobic healer, and now Ron preaches at women for having babies. I mean, women should be having babies, right? I mean, out of the two of us, you guys should be having the babies. Okay, 100%. 100%. I'm just saying, if women have the right to opt out of having a pregnancy, then men should have the same capabilities. You know, how many men have you seen, you know, have to watch a woman terminate something that they would have loved to have had? You know, and then vice versa. So I'm just saying. Oh, homeopathic. Oh my God. What did I say homophobic? What did I say, Katie? I got yeah, there's definitely a difference between being a homophobic and a homeopath. You said we should have abortions if men... No, I never said you should have abortions if men say so. I said men should have the ability to completely hand over all the parental rights to a woman if she wants the baby and he doesn't. Okay? So if I get someone pregnant and it's an accident, okay, I should have the right to have nothing to do with that child and have no legal ties to it, in the same way as a woman can get rid of a child, not a child, but a fetus or whatever. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. And I don't need anyone telling. Don't worry, KOG. I know I never said that. So yeah, you should have abortions if men say so. Nah, mate. I will pay you a large sum of shekels if you can find the clip where I said that. Please do. No, absolutely not. You may have misunderstood what I was saying. Okay, so it's not about that, Lord Rodney. The argument is not that. Put that argument aside. The argument is, if women have the right to opt out, men should too. That's the only argument. There's no, let's split it any deeper than that, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. How about they shouldn't be sleeping with women if they don't understand the consequences? I completely understand. So then if I do understand the consequences and get you pregnant, Katie, and you decide you don't want the baby, should I be able to tell you, you have to have the baby because I understood the consequences? Is that what you're saying? Because it sounds possibly like that's what you're saying. And if that's the case, I strongly disagree with you. Strongly disagree. Strongly. No, you can't force a woman to have a child. So why should you force a man to be part of a child's life? You've got to understand, ladies, this isn't a practical discussion about what I think is right and wrong. This is a practical discussion about making things even across the playing field. I'm sorry. That's all I'm saying. If I'm fully aware of what happens when you put your winky in there and then, make a big mess, all right? If I'm fully aware of those consequences, you're right. I should have the right to be able to turn around to you as a woman and say, I do not want anything to do with this child. Sign it away to you if you want to keep it and I don't. I just think it should be made more fair. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Men should count their blessings. Nah. Men should count their blessings. Suck your mum. How about that? How about, right? Oh, man, the world would be a different place, okay, if men had stepped back, okay, and just let every blooming woman in the world decide to do whatever that is that they wanted thousands of years ago. Come on, mate. There's a reason why women are not majorly hired by construction workers. There's a reason. Okay, it's not sexism. It's not backwards thinking. It's basically chemistry and biology. Okay, that's all it comes down to. That's it. I will say this, though. Katie. Iceland went through one of the biggest economic declines that they've ever seen. Round about the same time, all the bankers in the UK shafted us. And what they done in Iceland to their bankers is arrested them all and put them in jail. They then hired a 98% female workforce. 98% female workforce. And in 14 months, they reestablished a stability across the entire country. Okay? Entire country. Because women make way better decisions when it comes to investing other people's money and when they have responsibilities. Men are fueled by testosterone and pissing contests, and we make terrible decisions. So trust me, there's aces in places. Men good at lifting stuff, women really good at making decisions that don't affect the country and destroy it. So yeah. But listen, I just want you to know, women, you all have a right to decide what goes on in your body. That is down to you. Any country that tells a woman they do not have the right to do what they want to do with what's going on inside themselves, basically, like America, I'm really sorry. We need to just shut you up now. Like the healthcare situation, how you vote people in, the fact that women still are being oppressed like this, right? That takes you off of the being able to bully people around the world nonsense. Like, I'm sorry. Learn your place. Get back in line. Just scram. See, when there's a United States empire, come and talk to the rest of us. Okay? Okay. I don't know, Cassandra. I do believe there's a possibility it may have been cancelled or rescheduled. Let's have a look. Yes, it's been rescheduled. Has it? No, it's not. It's still saying it's going to be today. See if I get an update. Oh, hang on. Kaz has sent me something. Oh, wow. This is wow. What is that? See, all of a sudden now, I don't like AI. Okay? Okay. So here's me thinking, Kaz is sending me something useful, all right? And this is what I get sent. Like this is what I get sent. Like, how is me being arrested by the French authorities got anything to do with this? Do you know what's really weird though? Whoa. 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 Right, hang on. Okay, so do you guys see? I'm going to put my finger here. Do you see that Christmas decoration? It's like a little brown blob above my finger right there. That is a Christmas decoration that my mother gave to me. It's a little love heart with my name in it. How the hell did the AI know that existed? How does the AI know what is on that Christmas tree? How the hell? Oh my God, there's multiple. Nah, I'm not playing anymore. Nah, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. AI overlords. Yeah, that's weird because that picture, that's the picture Dan took at Christmas of me stood in front of the tree wearing the. Yeah, it's AI, my G. I'm not actually being arrested by the French authorities. You know what I'm saying? So that was just Casabear sent me it. But that's the picture Dan took of me stood in front of the tree with my subscribe to ProjectROOQ top on, which is the most autistic t-shirt that I own, right? Like, oh, you only wear that if your girlfriend bought it for you. Okay, that is, I'm 13 years old and my nan has got me a t-shirt from the market because I've got a YouTube channel, right? Sean's gone live now. Yes. Yes, we did it. We did our job successfully. Mods. Thank you very much to the mods. Thank you all. I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock. This live stream will shunt you over. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next.